The lights dim. The arena hums with anticipation. A single spotlight cuts through the smoke, and a figure emerges on the stage. A figure no one expected to see in the squared circle. The Titantron flashes a name that instantly sends shockwaves through the WWE Universe. Not a familiar wrestler, not a legend returning for one last ride, but a name that carries weight from another world entirely. The crowd roars. Cameras zoom in. The commentators' voices crack with disbelief. Yes, it's Arissa LeBrock, the daughter of Hollywood action star Steven Seagal and model Kelly LeBrock. And on this night, her WWE debut, nobody could predict that within just 1 year, she would not only silence the doubters, but break multiple records that seemed untouchable. This isn't just another rookie story. This is the tale of how a woman from Hollywood royalty, carrying the martial arts bloodline of Steven Seagal, stormed WWE and rewrote history in her very first year. For decades, Steven Seagal was known as the stoic, stone-faced action hero who never flinched in battle. His daughter Arissa grew up under that legacy. But away from the limelight, she forged her own path. While her father perfected Aikido and fought villains on screen, Arissa studied martial arts in private, balancing it with modeling and athletics. Yet when whispers of her training leaked into the wrestling world, most brushed them aside. Steven Seagal's daughter in WWE? No chance. The industry has seen celebrity kids try and fail to make it in the squared circle. For every success like Charlotte Flair, there were countless names that disappeared after a few forgettable matches. But Arissa was different. She didn't enter WWE as a publicity stunt. She came in as a competitor, hungry, disciplined, and determined to prove that the Seagal legacy wasn't just cinematic fiction. And when her debut was announced, the world tuned in. SmackDown, a packed arena, thousands chanting, millions watching at home. Her entrance was simple but commanding, black gear with subtle nods to her father's Aikido roots. The crowd expected nerves, maybe a sloppy start. Instead, what they got was dominance. In her debut match, Arissa LeBrock didn't just wrestle, she dismantled her opponent with precision. Every throw, every submission, every strike looked like it came straight out of a Hollywood fight scene, but with the raw realism of martial arts. Commentators were stunned, and fans erupted across social media. By the end of her debut, hashtags like Steven Seagal Bloodline and LeBrock Era trended worldwide. WWE had a new star, and she was just getting started. Most rookies spend their first year in WWE learning the ropes, losing matches, and slowly building credibility. Arissa? She flipped the script. Within weeks, she started stacking victories, and within months, she was shattering records that no rookie had touched before. Fastest pay-per-view victory for a female superstar. At her very first pay-per-view, Arissa won her match in under 90 seconds. The last time fans saw dominance like that, it was Ronda Rousey in UFC. Most wins in a rookie year. By the end of her first 12 months, Arissa had racked up more victories than any female superstar in WWE's modern history, surpassing even established names like Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair in their rookie years. Royal Rumble impact. In her very first Royal Rumble appearance, she eliminated 6 superstars, including former champions. That tied a record and sent a chilling message. This wasn't hype. This was reality. Merchandise sales. Her merch skyrocketed to the top charts. T-shirts, posters, even limited edition jackets with Seagal-inspired designs sold out in hours. Arissa wasn't just a wrestler, she was a phenomenon. And with each achievement, the narrative shifted from Steven Seagal's daughter to simply Arissa LeBrock, the record breaker. But success brings enemies, both inside the ring and outside of it. Some critics claimed WWE was pushing her too fast because of her father's name. They accused her of being a celebrity kid cash grab. Fans debated endlessly on forums. Was she truly talented, or was this nepotism? Arissa responded not with words, but with performance. Match after match, she silenced the critics. When veterans tested her, Natalya, Asuka, Shayna Baszler, she didn't just survive, she thrived. Her martial arts background gave her an edge, blending traditional pro wrestling with precision striking and submissions. Soon, even her harshest critics admitted it. Arissa wasn't here because of her father. She was here because she belonged. Of course, the shadow of her father loomed large. WWE even teased it in promos, showing Steven Seagal sitting ringside during one of her big matches. The crowd erupted at the sight of the action legend cheering on his daughter. But Steven's role wasn't just symbolic. Behind the scenes, insiders reported that he gave Arissa advice on breathing, focus, and discipline, principles rooted in martial arts philosophy. Unlike the over-the-top theatrics of WWE, Steven taught her calmness in chaos. That became her trademark. No wasted motion, no panic, just icy precision. And in a poetic twist, the same stoicism that defined Steven Seagal's movie career became Arissa's calling card in WWE. The pinnacle of her first year came faster than anyone expected. Barely 12 months into her career, Arissa was booked in a women's championship match. Normally, WWE would never push a rookie so quickly, but by then, the fans demanded it. The match was brutal. Every moment was a test of endurance, resilience, and heart. Critics thought she wasn't ready, but when the dust settled, Arissa stood tall, holding the gold high above her head. A rookie, a daughter of Hollywood royalty, now crowned WWE champion. History had been made, and in that moment a record was broken that seemed impossible. The fastest rookie to ever capture a women's title in WWE history. Arissa's meteoric rise wasn't just about wins and records, it signaled a new era for WWE. Fans who had grown tired of predictable storylines now had a fresh star who blurred the lines between martial arts authenticity and wrestling entertainment. She also brought in a brand new audience. Fans of Steven Seagal, Hollywood enthusiasts, even martial arts communities worldwide. Pay-per-view numbers spiked when she was featured. Merchandise flew off shelves. WWE, once criticized for relying too heavily on legends, now had a new megastar born out of legacy, but defined by her own hard work. By the end of her first year, Arissa LeBrock had done the unthinkable. She became a record-breaking rookie, captured the championship, redefined what it means to be a celebrity kid in WWE. And perhaps most importantly, she stepped out of her father's shadow. No longer just Steven Seagal's daughter, she became a force in her own right, a wrestler destined to carve her name into WWE history. When the history of WWE's women's division is written, 2025 will be remembered as the year everything changed. The year a woman with Hollywood blood and martial arts fire walked into the ring and left an empire trembling. Steven Seagal may have built his legend on screen, but his daughter built hers in the ring, where there are no retakes, no scripts, just raw willpower and the roar of the crowd. And the scariest part? This was just her first year. The records are already shattered. The bar has already been raised. The future? That belongs to Arissa LeBrock. Because once you break history in your rookie year, what's left but destiny?